Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review. I am Davros and I'm a Whovian, and today I review Doctor Who, Amy's Choice. So the Doctor, Amy and Rory are on their adventures as usual, where first the episode opens where we see a 5-year time jump, where Amy and Rory are married and are expecting their first child. The Doctor pays them a visit, only for them to wake up in the TARDIS, where they're greeted by the Dream Lord, played by Toby Jones, and he taunts with the Doctor and Amy and Rory with, which one is their dream, which one is their reality, as they keep falling asleep and waking up. Or are they waking up and falling asleep? Which is reality, where the Doctor's revisiting Amy and Rory in 5 years, or where they are right now in the TARDIS? But they must hurry, as they are moving towards further and further away from any star and are starting to freeze on board the TARDIS. And of course, the Doctor does eventually work it out. He works out who and what the Dream Lord is, and then of course realises that both realities are dreams, and that it was all the cause of some petal dust that caused the hallucination and the manifestation of the Dream Lord, which was like the Doctor's dark subconscious in a way. So what did I like about this one? Well, it was an interesting filler episode. Of course, we were halfway into the series at this point. We had quite a few adventures with the Daleks, the Weeping Angels, the vampires. So this one was a bit of a calm filler episode. I thought Matt Smith, Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill were great in their roles as the trio. And Toby Jones, he was a very interesting character, a good guest star as well. And the Dream Lord, we haven't seen him since, but could you imagine if in this era they brought him back as one of the pantheon of gods, like the god of dreams? Could you imagine that? But the Dream Lord, interesting villain, yet didn't always appear intimidating, but not to be underestimated. Of course, they had some extras in this that were old people that were playing these like gassy alien monsters, which if the gas touched you, you'd dissolve away. But again, they were creations of the Dream Lord. Also, I thought, the set and the location they did for the village scenes were good. But also, it was like partly a bottled episode as well, where they were within the TARDIS as well. I liked this one. It's, like I say, probably one of the weakest episodes in Series 5. But you can also tell it was a filler episode. Something to just get us through the week that it aired, and we'd get back to some more interesting adventures the week after. In fact, we'd have a 2-parter after this with the return of an old foe. And also it's all down to Amy. Which reality is real and which does she choose? Does she choose to stay in the reality where she and Rory are expecting their first child, or wake up and be still travelling through time and space the night before their wedding? Also, the pregnancy bump that Karen Gillan wore. Apparently, she got very attached to that and liked it. Of course, it will be a good while before she has kids of her own, but of course she does have a kid now. Also, Arthur Darvill with that ponytail he had. That looked a bit naff. I didn't like that. Matt Smith, though, he remained the same. The tweed jacket, the bow tie, the witty eccentricness. Also, the Dream Lord, he wore, again, a darker tweed jacket and a darker bow tie, as if he was to be like a evil manifestation of his. I feel this is quite the underrated episode. Not a lot of people tend to talk about it. Also, Toby Jones, this episode introduced me to this actor. I mean, I've probably seen him in loads of stuff before. He's probably been in loads and loads of stuff before Doctor Who, but this is the episode that drew me to him. And a year later, I did see him in the MCU in Captain America, the First Avenger. and he would reprise that role briefly in its sequel ending What If. And of course, I've seen Toby Jones in a lot more stuff since, like that Guy Who versus the Post Office, Jurassic World, Mr. Burton, a lot of stuff. Quite the big British actor, you know. But yeah, I thought Amy's Choice was an okay, interesting, good enough episode, and yeah. So my ratings, what am I going to rate this one? I will give the performances, I'll give them a 9, the writing an 8, the visuals, I'll give them an 8 on my personal. I think I'll give that an 8. So there you go. There is my review on Doctor Who Amy's Choice. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I have been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Who Review. So, until next time, run for your life.